Superbru round 3 predictions. We're going to have a look at what I predicted and how the games actually turned out. So the first one is predicted Italy to win by 25 points against Uruguay. And this is just reminding me that when I just recorded my look back, let's talk about the Rugby World Cup video for week 3, and I didn't include this game in it. So apologies for that. And, some of you probably pointed out on that. I don't know why I didn't include it. Maybe it was just because it was Wednesday last week and I've forgotten it was actually part of round 3. But, I predicted Italy by 25 points. It was 38-17 in the end. They won by 21. So, got fairly close to that. So I think in terms of predictions, I think this was a good one for me. It was the same as 94% of people who predicted, though. But I was fairly close in the margin. So it was only 4 points off in the margin. So that, I'd say that's a good prediction. Italy, I thought as well, they did so well to, avoid an upset in that game and to be able to come through to win in the end. So starting off, I felt, good about the week, and, definitely shouldn't have forgotten about them because they were probably one of my highlights from at least prediction wise. Next then we had France versus Namibia. I predicted France to win by 63 points, but they won by 96 points. So, way off in the margin. 99% of people went for France. And, I guess, with these, for whatever reason, they're never 100%, does it? But this one should have been 100%. So getting the right winner, that was kind of a given on that, I think. And then way off in the margin. So it was kind of, wishy-washy kind of prediction there, I think. Next then we had Argentina versus Samoa. So I predicted Argentina to win by 10 points. And, it was 19-10, so they won by 9 points. Really close on the margin there. Got the right winner as well. And, there were points during the game where Argentina were 10 points up. I think they were maybe, were they 13-3 up or something like that, or 16-6. It couldn't have been 16-6 because Samoa ended up with 10, but it was something around that where there was a 10-point margin. I was thinking, okay, good. And then I think Samoa got their try and then realised Argentina now are not going to be able to stretch it out to where it's going to be perfectly 10 points, but still fairly close on it. 84% of people got the right winner as well. So getting the right winner, a little bit better than, the ones that are in the high 90s, but still not amazing to get that. But getting so close on the margin, I think another good prediction. So making a solid start, I think, to round 3 there. Next time we have Georgia versus Portugal. So I thought that Georgia were going to win this one by 17. That was my prediction. Georgia were 13-0 up at one point, and I thought, okay, well, it looks like they're heading kind of that way. Portugal might score a bit, but hopefully Georgia kick on and keep kind of a similar margin, but it wasn't to be. Portugal, amazing comeback from them, got themselves ahead. Georgia then had to, score that try to level up. Portugal almost nicked it at the end. So, it went with 77% of people, and 99% of us got it wrong because that 1% in the middle that predicted the draw, they actually got it right. So fair play to the 1% for once predicting the right result. And then margin, obviously, nowhere near the margin, 70 points to 0. So yeah, this one not a good prediction. It looked like it was going that way, and then until it wasn't. Next then we have England versus Chile. So I predicted England to win this one by 35 points, thinking that Chile would get maybe a couple of tries and England would be somewhere around the 50-point mark. But England did way better than I expected, and Chile did worse than I expected. Got the right winner here, but 99% of people did too. So again, a wishy-washy one because miles off, basically double the margin. Well, I predicted half of the actual margin really. So not an amazing prediction. Next then we had South Africa v Ireland. So I predicted Ireland by 10 points, thinking that, we might be about a score ahead and then get something at the death just to stretch it out, maybe a drop goal or something like that. that didn't happen, but I got, it was a 5-point margin in the end, 13-8. But I was still within like 5 points of it. So I got the match, or the margin point, sorry, not the match point, the margin point and the win point for that one. So, I think a decent result. And as well, like 86% of people went for South Africa in that game and only 14% for Ireland. So, this is, I nearly said it's my best prediction of the World Cup so far, but I don't think it is, honestly. I just think that as an Ireland fan, and I said it at the time when I made a prediction as well, that I was going for Ireland. So I don't think I can claim that just because of my Irishness, if you like. If I was a neutral, I probably would have backed South Africa, honestly. So it turned out to be a great prediction, but maybe just a fan prediction rather than a more logical, if you like, prediction. But still, I'm pleased with it. And again, felt like it was going well at that stage. I was moving up all the leaderboards at this point in the weekend. Next time we have Scotland beat Tonga, so I predicted Scotland by 12, thinking that Scotland coming back, they would want to get the win, but Tonga would make it difficult for them. Scotland would pull away towards the end and have that. I was thinking they'd be winning by about, somewhere close to 20 points, but Tonga would score the last try of the game and bring it down to about 12 or so, 12 or 13, but not really be threatening, to actually win the game. Didn't work out that way. Scotland, they managed to get themselves ahead and then started to pull away, and Tonga, got themselves back within 7, but once they kind of fluffed that chance, they never really threatened beyond that, to any real extent. So got the right prediction in terms of who was going to win, but 97% of other people did as well, and a good bit off on the margin. So, again, an okay-ish to poor prediction there, I'd say. On to the next one then is the last one of the weekend. So, and before this game, by the way, I was up in basically the top third of every metric in terms of Irish fans, URC fans, Leinster fans, and then like in the world as well, like up there. I think in the world is like in the top 20% or something until this result. And then, so this one, I went for Australia by 8, like a fool, thinking that Australia wouldn't just like lie down and die the way they did in the game. They would actually come out and produce a fight, because they're like, their chances of staying in the Rugby World Cup were on the line, and they would actually fight for it, but they didn't, and I'm not casting any shade on the players and saying that they didn't try. I'm just saying that they couldn't. They just couldn't. They weren't good enough to get themselves in any kind of position in this game. Once Wales started pulling away, like Australia just had no answer at all. And, the players huffed and puffed, but it just wasn't good enough. And, Wales, fair play to them. They played really well. And they're one of those teams who we talked about before. They are, playing themselves into form through the pool. And that's going to make them dangerous, I think, in the knockout stages as well. But I have to say as well, with my predictions, Fiji and Wales, they're the two teams that have just absolutely screwed me over throughout this entire campaign so far. So I backed Fiji to beat Wales, and Wales won instead. Then I backed against Fiji against Australia. Or no, sorry, I backed Fiji to beat Australia, right? Yeah. Now I'm getting confused. No, Wales, yeah. Fiji beat Australia, yeah. So I backed Fiji to beat Wales, but Wales won. So both of them screwed me over there. Then I backed Australia to beat Fiji, thinking that like Fiji aren't going to do anything. But then Fiji win. And then in this one, I back against Wales, thinking that, well, Wales are due a loss and Australia are due, some kind of reaction. And then Wales win instead. So the way it is at the moment, I think with Fiji and Wales is whatever prediction I come up with in my head, I should just pick the opposite, because the opposite is what is actually going to happen. But yeah, that's the end of those predictions. But we're going to have a look at where I am at the moment in things. So in my own kind of the pool, the auto-assigned pool, on like 13th of 18 in there. So, I've got, I think the smaller pools, for me at least, are harder to do well in, because you always have people who like predict like the biggest margin. They go out to like 50, 70 points or whatever, just looking to pick up bonus points. And in a smaller pool, it works for them, and then they get okay. Well, I'm kind of towards the end, but during the weekend, at least, I was towards the middle. Leinster fans, then I'm safely in the top half, pretty much in the top third of Leinster fans, so doing fairly well there. URC, I am in the like 4,600 and something of 10,000 and something. So in the top half, comfortably in the top half in that. For Ireland fans, then I'm at 4,600 and something as well there, of 11,000 blah blah blah. So comfortably in the top half there too. So it's somehow it's a step up on last week, because last week I was kind of dropping down towards halfway on everything in terms of overall performance in. But I did have some good predictions somewhere along the way too. So, but I think that just that Wales one at the end sticks in my craw. So globally in the top 30% and 83% results success. This week I went 75%. So there was the draw, and then Wales were the two that I got wrong out of the 8 of the week, and the average for the community was 69%. So I beat that this week. I didn't beat it last week, and I think that's why I dropped down a lot. But doing I think pretty good. I would say kind of overall not amazing, but not terrible either. So I'm happy to be somewhere in the pack, in the chasing pack, as it were. But that is the end of this one. So we will have the predictions for the next round of games, probably Wednesday morning. I would say I'll probably record it today. Today is Monday, by the way. I'll probably record it today, but I've talked about before how long it takes my videos to process and stuff, that and especially these, because they have multiple graphics on them showing the screens and stuff like that. But maybe on Tuesday, maybe on Wednesday morning, so look out for that.